You're grinding away in the gym, but the results don't quite match the effort. Maybe your arms look flat when you face the mirror, or your lower back aches after hitting the posterior chain. We can fix that with a specific 4-step routine. This sequence re-engineers your chest, shoulder, arm, and posterior movements to target the actual muscle fibers instead of wearing down your joints. Before we start, there is one mandatory prerequisite. You have to drop the ego. We are prioritizing weight control over maximum load. Momentum might move the weight from point A to point B, but flawless mechanical tension is what actually tears and rebuilds the tissue. Let's look at exactly how to apply that tension. Step 1 focuses on the chest, and we start with the push-up. It is a highly effective chest builder, but most people default to flaring their arms out wide. That shifts the tension off the chest and directly onto the shoulder joints. Looking at this top-down schematic, we see the mechanical fix. Tuck your elbows in to form a strict 45-degree angle with your body, creating an arrow shape. Next, check your upper body posture. Keep your shoulders pulled back and pinned down, actively drawing them away from your ears. As you execute the movement, change what you're thinking about. Instead of just pressing the floor away, focus entirely on bringing your biceps together and feeling your chest squeeze to lift your body. This mechanic scales to every strength level. You can start with wall or incline push-ups to learn control, and eventually progress to deficit and one-arm push-ups to build total strength. Mastering that 45-degree tuck takes the stress off your skeletal joints and drives the entire load right where it belongs, the pectoral muscles. Step 2 targets the shoulders. You do not need a dozen different machines to build complete rounded delts. You just need precise grip changes and subtle postural angles. To hit the anterior deltoid, lift straight forward with a neutral grip. The front delts take control. Change grip and raise to the sides. The side delts fire. Finally, lean forward and lift out to recruit posterior delts and traps. Finally, finish the set with a strong, controlled shrug to fully exhaust the traps. Working these individual muscle heads sequentially through simple grip and angle manipulation is how you achieve balanced, spherical shoulder development. Step 3 fixes a common aesthetic problem. Your biceps might look large from a side profile, but appear small and flat from straight on. Look at this cross-section to see why that happens. The brachialis muscle sits underneath the bicep. As it grows, it physically pushes the bicep upward and outward, giving your arm that frontal width. To activate the brachialis, you need to use heavy, controlled hammer curls. We can refine this further with the crossbody hammer curl. Focus on a slow, controlled descent on every rep to carve out shape and definition. From there, introduce the Zottman curl. This requires a precise wrist rotation at the top of the movement, which taxes both the biceps and the forearms on the way down. By targeting the brachialis and the forearms with these specific rotational variations, you build true arm thickness from every angle. Step 4 moves to the posterior chain. If your lower back hurts after doing hyperextensions, it's because you are cranking into overextension at the top of the movement, dumping stress straight into the spine. The fix starts with your setup. Position your hips directly on the bench pad, not your stomach. This allows you to perform a true hinge at the hips. Lower yourself down, then come up and stop exactly when your body forms a single, strict line, as shown on this alignment vector. Do not bend backward, lock it there. To ensure your spinal erectors don't pull you past that line, use this mechanical cue. Round your upper back slightly. Keep that slight rounding and drive your hips hard into the pad at the top of the movement. Correcting your spinal alignment turns a movement that often strains the lower back into a highly effective tool for building your glutes and hamstrings safely. That completes the 4-step routine: specific geometric cues for chest activation, grip manipulation for 3D shoulders, target curls for the brachialis, and a corrected hip hinge for a resilient posterior chain. Real physical progress requires eliminating wasted reps and joint pain. That happens when you enforce strict mechanical control over the weight. Save this routine and use these technical cues as a checklist for your next session. Training safe and smart allows you to own every single rep